Today I will do what others won't, so tomorrow I will do what others can't. Welcome, this is the arena. Yes, here we get to talk about lots and lots of stories emanating from the world of sports, and I can tell you there's a lot we will be talking about on today's show because the international football period is over as we speak, and many of the players are back to their club sides and are ready for this big weekend of footballing excitement. Yes, on today's show we will be talking about the ones that will be going on all across Europe this weekend, and of course the one that will be going on right here in Nigeria. There's also the story of the National Sports Festival that is expected to kick off today. We would be talking about that one on today's show. It's a packed show. I can tell you lots and lots of stories to talk about. Ensure you don't go anywhere because when we get back from this break, the show starts in earnest. My name is Kelechi Iheanacho. Welcome back. This is the arena. Yes, like I told you, the show is a packed one. There's lots and lots of stories we will be talking about, and I can't do this alone. That's why in the house today with me is Okigwe. Okigwe, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine, Kelechi. Thank God it's Friday. It's good to be back,
Thank God it's Friday, he says. Yes. Let's start off the show talking about the National Sports Festival. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, they've been pushing the date forward and continually extending it. And finally, today is April the 2nd, and we are waiting for this one to kick off in earnest.
You know, the problem I have with our planning in this country is we tend to do things in a rush-hour manner, kind of. Because before the pandemic, I thought the sport festival should have happened. We decided postponing before pandemic happened, and since then, we've been waiting for when it's still going to happen, and it's coming at a very good time because the Olympic is not far from now. Maybe we can get one or two talents again to pick from. Hopefully, if going forward, if we can't take them to this Olympics, maybe going forward, there are so many competitions we can take them to from the sport festival.
Okay, talking about the Olympics, we've also had that issue whereby the Wrestling Federation, which is one of the competitions expected to go down right there at the National Sports Festival in Edo State, they complained about the festival clashing with, that's this new date of the festival, clashing with the Olympic preparations. We get to see a festival without wrestlers.
Yeah, I think it is ill-planned, though it happens, but they have to focus on preparing for the Olympic, which is the paramount thing. Every other thing can wait. So excusing them is not a big deal. We can always live with that, provided that they will come good from the Olympics. Okay, provided that they will come good from the Olympics.
Talking about people that are ready to come good from the Olympics, Honorable Boma Iyaye, that's the Commissioner of Sports for Rivers State. He's saying he wants Rivers to win this year's National Sports Festival.
Yeah, it has always been between Rivers and Cross River. Is it Cross River, yeah?
Yeah, we've had many of the southern teams, southern states doing very well.
They are always much more interested in sport. Okay, Lagos 2 are trying now recent. Lagos 2, Lagos is the only southwestern team,
Ogun State actually did well the last time.
But you can't compare them to Rivers, Lagos, Cross River. These are top tier when it comes to this sport festival. So Rivers, if they say they can do it, I don't see any big deal because they've done it before. It's not the first time. They can always do it again.
Okay, they can always do it again. Before this one, there was the drama of the date being shifted. Not the date, actually, the location of the National Sports Festival. In fact, generally, all we've seen prior to this National Sports Festival has been drama of unpreparedness, and that's what we've been seeing. And about 2 days ago, we had the issue of if it will be Edo or if it will be Abuja. Now, it leaves me with the question, what should be the plan? What do you think, from your own point of view, should be the plan going forward for other states? Because this is a question I was left with at some point. were Edo really ready for this festival? Why did they request to host for the festival when they were not ready?
They were ready for the festival before election. And now, after election, it's a different ball game. So many things, so many budgets, so many ways that money would have been spent. And now the problem with our planning in this country, we always go back to the drawing board. Now the drawing board is full. Let's find another board. The planning is always porous. I think the only state that has managed to plan sport festival to an extent that it became a success was Lagos. To me, I still think it's still Lagos till now. So nobody comes close because this fast fire brigade approach doesn't work anymore. We need to start planning. We need to put things in place the way it should be done. When you plan prior to event, it becomes a success. You don't just rush things when events are days to when it's going to start. It doesn't make any sense. You can continue talking about it. A new administration will come, still the same thing. So why should we keep disturbing ourselves about it?
Okay, Opeyemi says, why should we keep disturbing ourselves about it? Today is April the 2nd. How about we take this one, go down history lane and see what big stories happen on this day in sports.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. I've found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Okay, you've seen that one. Yes, we are still talking sports right here on the arena. Now let's take a dive away from the National Sports Festival. Talk about the NBA, some results from this morning, because always time zones is a thing once it comes to sports. The results from this morning, actually last night in the United States. Let me run you through the scores of some of the games first of all, before we now talk about the way it's looking right now in the NBA. Yes, started off with the one between the Sixers and their opponents, the Cavaliers, and the Sixers were able to come up tops in that one. Ended 114-94 against in favor of the Sixers, and Josh Jackson was able to record a season high 31 points for the Pistons as they came off 120-99 in their own game. That's how that one panned out. And the other one was between Brooklyn Nets and their opponents, and of course that one came up. The Nets were able to do so well in that game, 111-89, and the star man for that one was LaMarcus Aldridge, and he was able to get lead his side actually to a win as he debuted in that one. The other game, of course, was between Miami Heat and Golden State Warriors, and guess who was at the top of that one? They were the Miami Heat side, all the way from Miami. They came up tops 116-109. That's how that one ended. The other game between Orlando Magic and the other side ended in favor of Magic, who came off 115-110. A very close game, you would say. That one almost going the way of their opponents in that one, but they held their honors to come up tops in that game, and Atlanta Hawks came up tops in their own game 134-129. That's how that other game ended. The final one was between Denver Nuggets, and they were able to win in LA, came up 101-94. Those were the results from this morning. Okpeyemi, which game would you say stood out for you?
The Golden State Warriors
and the Heat.
Miami Heat, because I'm beginning to worry for GSW, because I think with the way they are going right now, I don't think they're going to make the playoff. I don't see them making the playoff. Losing again to Miami. You cannot take anything away from the Heat.
Heat have been actually impressive this season.
You have Butler, you have Bam Adebayo and the likes. These guys they are on top of their form right now, and they are doing really, really fine. So, but now you see that is where they miss letting this guy go. This guy that joined Dre.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So because now you have so many players injured. You have Draymond injured. You have so many players injured. The only players they have right now is Curry, and Curry cannot do it alone. I guess he's even injured right now. I guess Curry is injured right now. That's the problem right now, because you don't put up the load on one person. When they said Kevin Durant, it was a different ball game. Now he's gone. That is the another factor. The fear factor that they had. Now, Golden State Warriors is just like an average team right
just
now.
A regular team. Okay, talking about regular teams, where are Golden State Warriors ranked on the table as we speak? Let's take a look at the Eastern Conference and, of course, the Western Conference, how it's looking. Let me start off with the Eastern Conference. At the top is the Brooklyn Nets. They are top of that one. And then 76ers are second. Bucks are third. Hornets are fourth. Miami Heat are fifth. New York Knicks are sixth. The Hawks, Atlanta Hawks are seventh. Celtic, Pacers, Bulls, Toronto Raptors. Raptors, let me talk about Raptors quickly. Raptors, down the table, they've not been able to win so far this season. Win many games, they've lost many of their games, and I mean,
it's just a bad season for them. They're like Sheffield,
Sheffield United of England.
So it happens. You don't win all the time. Sometimes when you need to make some changes, if you don't, you suffer from it.
Okay, suffer from it is what he says. Let's take a look at the Western Conference quickly. Utah Jazz are top of that one, and then you have Suns are second. Surprisingly. Well, I guess sometimes it's one of the things you expect, considering the season was not in play for a long time, and then they had to come back for quite the abridged one. They are top of that one, Utah Jazz, and then the Suns are second. LA Clippers are third. Lakers are fourth.
Everybody were expecting LA Lakers, Clippers, and LA Lakers, Clippers to be first and second, and both of them are not there right now. That's where you see the Utah Jazz stepping up and the like. So you will not be surprised. This is what you don't expect in the game of basketball, but it happens. But I'm still very, very confident that when it comes to the playoff, the big boys will always come forward.
Okay, taking also still on that table, we have Nuggets fifth on the table. Then there you have Trailblazers, Mavericks, Sports, San Antonio Sports, that is, Grizzlies, Warriors, who are 10th, and I would say this is actually my own surprise of the season. I mean, talking about, you talked about it earlier, the fact that they don't have their big players, and they are 10th. That's what is bringing for them.
Last season, we could forgive them because they had so much injury. But when you have so much injury, going into a new season, you plan ahead. That I don't see from Golden State Warriors. They did not correct their last mistake. They did not make the playoff last year. For a team for 5 years who were in the final of the NBA.
And they couldn't.
And they couldn't make the playoff last year. And they are still trailing that part again this season.
Well, we still have like a month to the playoffs. Anything can happen at this point.
You see, the sad thing is, if you continue like this, you see big players will leave. Draymond Green will leave.
Yes.
Curry will. And I heard LeBron and the likes are
thinking of leaving.
You can join us. Let's win this together. It's not about competition anymore. You prove yourself. Come, let's win this together. Let's, at this point in time, let's just imagine Curry joining Lakers. You have LeBron James. You have Anthony.
It would be a star-studded team. I mean, NBA Curry.
LeBron just join them right now.
Yes.
No, just like all-star in one team already.
Okay.
And that's what Lakers are known for.
Let's go on a quick break. When we get back from it, we'll talk some more sports right here on the show. Well, if you're just joining us, we've been talking sports right here on the arena. Still in the studio with me is Opeyemi Lawal. Opeyemi, I think it's time to talk some football emanating from the Nigeria Professional Football League. Yeah. Games are going down this weekend.
It's good to be back home,
Okay, it's good to be back. It's good to be back home. Okay, games are actually going down this weekend. But before we talk about that one, is there anything particularly you're expecting this weekend?
The good thing about the league is that so many teams are coming up. They are trying to prove a point, and now I'm gonna lose this that teams don't win in a way, but it's still very hard to win on an away soil. So most times the home team always have the advantage, kind of, to an extent. I don't know why it's still like that.
But we've had lots and lots of away victories this season.
Yeah, but to an extent, the home team still have an advantage, considering.
Would you actually say that's still a thing at this point?
Yeah, you see, okay, we can always improve on it. Some 3-4 years ago, it was very, very hard. It was like a taboo for an away team to win. But last year, 2 years ago, things began to change, and now this year it's better. When you compare the statistics, it is better. It can always get better, but we still need to keep hammering on it.
Okay, talking about statistics and how things could get better. It could get better for some men this season. Let's take a look at the table and how it's looking like for some of the big teams. Before we now talk about the games that will be going down this weekend. Yes, Kwara United are still top of the table. So far so good. They've gotten 33 points, and that's what they've been able to get in about 18 games that have been played. It's match day 19. We are wait at this point. And then Kano Pillars are second, Akwa United third, Nasarawa United fourth, Rangers are fifth, Enyimba, who have lots and lots of games in hand, they are sixth at the moment, and this week they will be out of action yet again. They would be on the continent hoping to get 3 points after the last one they lost right there in South Africa. Rivers United follows suit, and then you have Dakada United. Dakar United, Lobby Stars, there's Abia Warriors, who have been doing so well, so far so good this season. Heartland FC comes up next, and then Jigawa Golden Stars. Let me just skip down to the relegation zone, where we have Sunshine Stars, Katsina United, FC Ifeanyi, and Adamawa United. Are you expecting a drama from any of the sides in the relegation zone this weekend?
This time last week, it was Enyimba that was in the relegation zone.
No,
MFM.
MFM.
Yeah, MFM FC. And we talk about how hard it was going to be for them, and they bounced back, beating the Imba here in Lagos, which was what gave them the boost now, and they're out of the relegation waters. But the big surprise for me there is Sunshine Stars. I think with what the quality of players they have, they should not be there. That is the problem with a team in the Southwest presently. They are not really getting their gun right now. Like now last week was MFM. This week it was Sunshine. Who else is it going to be
by next week?
But I think Sunshine Stars have what it takes to turn it around. I still don't see them going to relegation. I think along the line they will pick up some points, some valuable points that will make them scale through.
Okay, let's see if they can actually pick up some valuable points this weekend. Talk about the games that are going down this weekend. I'll start off with Aqua Starlets and the Rivers United. That's one of the first games of the weekend, and then you have the one between Kano Pillars and Warri Wolves. MFM, who Okpe talked about, are welcoming FC Ifeanyi, and of course Wiki Tourists will be welcoming Katsina United. Kwara United, who are top of the table as it stands, they dropped points against Heartland the last time out, ended 1-1, and they would be welcoming Nasarawa United this time around right there in Ilorin. And then Lobi Stars and Jigawa Golden Stars, that one is expected to go down in Makurdi. And Heartland SC of Owerri would be playing at the Okigwe Township Stadium against Adamawa United, while Abia Warriors on the same day would be welcoming Plateau United at the same ground. The other game, the final one of the week, would be Sunshine Stars and Aqua United, who Okpe is saying he's expecting a win. But it's Aqua United, I mean.
See, the same way we talk about it's a Imba when they were playing MFM. You see, the worst kind of people you fight with are people that are down. They have nothing to do.
They are ready to go all out.
Yeah, they want to put you through the mud. So you have to be very, very careful. So this week, I think MFM and Ifeanyi will be a very, very interesting game. Warri Wolves and Kano Pillars, that game is going to be very, very
cracker.
But I'm looking forward
Warri Wolves are not the Warri Wolves that we used to know.
You know what? Form is temporary, class is
permanent.
When they get to this game, there is this belief, there is this fear factor that comes. It's still a big team, regardless of whatever is going through. Let's just see how it pans out.
Let's just see how it pans out, is what Okpe is saying. Before we wrap up talking about the MPFL, we got some the sad story that two Plateau United players, they had an accident today. I mean, and we've had this thing over and over this season. Teams involved in accident on the road.
The good news is that both of them
minor injuries.
So that's that, because we've seen so many cases where player had accidents and they never survived. So at least this is a good one. There's so many things we still have a problem of it. We don't know what happens there. Maybe it is overspeeding, maybe it's the road. We can't
really tell at this point. But the good thing is that it's just minor injuries.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Friday again, and you know on this show every Friday we drop some predictions to help see if we can help you make some money. Yes, but remember there's always one rule to this thing. Well, actually two rules to this thing. If you must bet, you have to bet responsibly, and if you must bet, ensure you don't stake what you can't afford to lose. Let me leave you with some predictions from our Prediction Friday for the day.
Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Prediction Friday. Tomorrow we are back from the international games, and there's a whole lot of games for you to put your money on tomorrow. So I'll be giving you top 10 picks that you can back with your money and smart to the bank by Tuesday. So before I say happy Easter, I want to also say, remember the two rules. Number one, please always bet what you can afford to lose, and bet responsibly. So I have 10 games for you, 7 wins and 3 over 1.5s. So for this weekend, I'll give you to back Chelsea and Leeds from the Premier League to win. Chelsea is at home, and they already have a very good form. I think they're going to just ride on that. Leeds welcoming Sheffield. Sheffield have not been the welcome package the way last season, so we can back Leeds to have a wonderful day at home. Similarly, Bayern will be traveling to neighboring Leipzig, and we can also back. Although it's going to be a tough game without Lewandowski, I think the Bayern team has enough quality to copy win from that game. But then we're going straight to Italy with Napoli and Lazio, where both teams are playing at home, and we can also back them for win. Finally, for the win, to have Real Madrid and Porto, who are very, very high pressing teams and playing against teams that really shouldn't be much of a bother. So that's 7 teams for you to play for straight wins.
Okay, like I said, if you must bet, you have to ensure that you're going to bet responsibly. And of course, you have to bet only what you can afford to lose. Oh, Miami, club football games are back. How excited are you? Let me start off from there.
Yes, as much as I am very, very excited, I think I still enjoyed the international break, maybe because so many things were involved, and I still enjoyed it. We've missed so many of our players coming together here. Let's see how much are they are prepared for the competitions ahead. But club football is back, which is the paramount thing. So many important games this weekend in Spain, in Italy, in France, in Germany, in England. So many games that we want to watch. Arsenal playing against Liverpool.
Yeah, Leicester City, Manchester City.
These are crackers,
Sevilla Atletico in La Liga. It seems every league this week have a big game.
So you know, so many things you want to enjoy what you miss in football, and now we are back to it. So let's keep it going,
Okay, like he was saying, big games are going down this week. From League 1, we have Paris Saint-Germain, and of course, we have Leicester City, and we get a chance to see Senior Man Kells back again.
The player of the month, joining like the 5th Nigerian or 4th Nigerian to winning, joining us as the Yakubu,
yes.
JJ Okocha. Is it Kanu or who else again?
Well, lots and lots of Nigerians. Yakubu the other.
Yeah. So and now, deservedly, Kelechi Iheanacho for the past 2 months has been very, very instrumental to Leicester City, because Vardy goes as a dried up. Madison is injured, Barnes is injured, so they needed someone to step up. And good one for Senior Man. He stepped into
Senior Man.
Yes, and now he's going to give the coach a big dilemma for Madison that is coming back, for Barnes that is coming. So how do I play this team? I can't go on with 4-3-3. Can I play 4-4-2 to accommodate Kelechi Iheanacho? Do I need to bench Vardy? That is the kind of tactical problem he's going to give the coach, which makes him a very, very important player in the team.
Yet another big game we'll have to talk about is Arsenal-Liverpool in the Premier League.
Yes, it's going to be a very important game, very, very interesting.
And somebody said, I saw something on the internet just before we got on the show. Many club fans are expecting their clubs to come back to action, and Liverpool are just one side that would not want, because we know how many times they've been losing.
You know what? Liverpool fans, I don't think they will have a problem. Arsenal is not a team sometimes you expect them to come into the party and they dress out of the party. Yeah. You see, Arsenal is not a team that has this consistency, the top C, top V kind of thing. But this weekend, I actually don't see, after the game against West Ham, I actually don't see them beating
Liverpool.
No, with Jota on form right now, he's back.
Yes.
With the injury scare, he's back now, and he's now on form. No.
Okay, before we wrap up the show, there's the story of transfers flying around already. Let's talk about the big one that is we've been hearing for the past couple of days. Kylian Mbappe to Real Madrid, and Erling Haaland to Barcelona.
Erling Haaland to Barcelona is not only to Barcelona, because Raiola has been knocking him up and down from Barcelona that same day to Real Madrid, and
including Manchester City that we hear Aguero might be leaving. Haaland might be the one replacing him.
But I don't see Haaland joining Man City.
Okay.
Because of
do you actually see him joining Barcelona though?
Barcelona or Real Madrid, but the problem is finance for Barcelona. Who knows how they're going to go through it? Maybe they're going to sell some players to get the transfer done. Real Madrid are still in a poor position for me to get Erling Haaland. But if you don't get Erling Haaland, Mbappe will come. Either one of the two. Because now the reason why I don't see Mbappe Haaland joining Man City is because of the bane between Guardiola and Raiola. They don't do business together. They always since Ibrahimovic they had issues. So since then they don't do business together. So If that would be another club, it would have been easy. But Alan coming to Man City is going to be very, very hard.
Well, it's the period of transfer sensation, period of transfer rumor. You can expect everything to fly. It's always what happens once it comes to transfer and football. Well, for now, just sit back and watch and hope to see possibly a Haaland versus Mbappe give us that sensational Messi Ronaldo feeling we used to get once it comes to El Clasico.
Kind of. I wanted that too, but Madrid are coming back to the Galactico era. You know, the last era of Galactico are ending up. They are rounded up already.
Yes.
So Perez will have to get new players. So Kylian Mbappe and Haaland are
very important people to get. It's been a fun time on the show. I mean, we could go on and on and on, and it's always what happens when you talk about sports. But we're already out of time, so we have to call it a wrap here. I mean, it's been a fun time on the show today with you, Rayemi.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully, we'll get to do this some other time.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I can assure you one thing: the fact that we would be back to talk some more sports right here on the show, because he that fights and runs away lives to fight another day. Till next time I come your way, ensure you stay safe. My name is Jidechi Chidieze. Bye for now.